Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Gabby. Welcome back. Essentially, when we get mad about something, it's because we don't like something or we want something to change. Anger can give us passion if we direct it in the right way to see that there is some change that we need to make in our life. Anger can be used to help us see where we're doing something wrong, where we have been slighted. So we have to start creating a better relationship with our anger, and we can do that when we start to understand ourselves and really get to the root of what's going on. We hit on that in our last video. Today we're going to be talking about the actual things that you need to do in order to break the cycle and break the pattern of your habitual anger. But the first thing I need for you to do is to breathe. And this sounds so simple, I know, but this is important because you got to understand that when you get mad, the information that came in, the way your brain registered it, is
I think we're gonna get angry.
Then your brain sends a signal to your body. You feel that anger in your body, and your body confirms, yeah, we're mad right now. So your body sends a signal back to your brain to confirm,
yeah, we're mad.
And at that point, that's when everything starts spiraling or going from there, because you have been confirmed that you're angry, and it only grows from there. So when you breathe, what you're actually doing is disrupting the flow of this neural reaction in your mind that you're gonna go down the same pathway that you always do when you get mad. So this is very simple, but it's so vital because it's that first step in breaking the actual habit by taking that deep breath. The next thing that you need to do, if you want to disrupt the game, you got to disrupt that thing by doing something completely different than you normally do, because once you start feeling that anger, you have other thoughts and other realizations that continue to add momentum to that roller coaster. For example, for me personally, when something makes me angry, if it's the right sort of situation where it's appropriate for me to, I just walk away. If it's a situation where I'm in line or something, I will think about something else that I'm trying to figure out in life, that I'm curious about, a question that I want to answer. I basically divert my thoughts to something totally different. And once you do this, it's so important. The next time you feel yourself feeling some type of way about something, pay attention to the way your face looks, or the way your face feels, or the way your body feels, and you will realize how scrunched up and tense that it actually is. Once you start getting mad or something irritates you, drop your facial expression, drop your shoulders, drop your body. What I realize is that when I'm getting frustrated by something or irritated by something, the face will just stay like that. It'll just stay there, and when you do that, you continue to hold on and harbor those emotions. Your body and your mind all works together to exuberate these feelings that you feel. Just kind of like, you know how if somebody get a text message, you see somebody get a text message and they smile to the message, and then they put their phone away and they still kind of got that little on their face. It's so cute, but it's like the emotions kind of linger, and it's the same thing with anger. That first initial reaction with whatever it is that kind of ticked you off, your face and your body is going to stick in that state. So you have to be self-aware and a little more conscious in this step. And when you feel that, release your body and release your face, and then you'll notice you'll feel a whole different kind of like energy come over your body, because even though you are still irritated or whatever it is in that moment, the moment you start releasing your face and releasing your body, you will literally feel a difference. And then sometimes, depending on where you are in the journey, it'll be so bad that you don't want to release the tension. You don't want to loosen up your face, or you'll find yourself scrunching back up. But that's because your body is kind of fighting against you. It doesn't want you to let that go. It likes those feelings. It hangs on to those emotions because that's what it's used to. So when you start doing things to break away from these feelings that are normal to your body, it's not going to want you to do that. So you got to keep that in mind. The next thing that you need to do is say something out loud to yourself. Say something positive. I found myself getting upset about something this morning, and I said,
you know what? Let me chill. Let me chill, because I already knew, and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da. So let me just cool out.
And I felt so much better. It's like you kind of have to be a friend to yourself and remind yourself that, like, hey, you know, it's all good, calm down. I said I was gonna have a good day today, and I'm gonna do just that. So no, I'm not doing this right now. No, I don't walk around living my life angry. No, I don't let little things piss me off because I got things to do. You know what? I'm gonna stop giving my attention and my energy to this, and I'm gonna give it to something else. Whatever it is that works for you, or whatever you want to say, you have to verbalize it. You know, you're really talking to yourself and your mind and your body when you say these things. Your words are so powerful, and when you say things to yourself, you're making a statement to yourself that like, hey, this is what it is. If you think about it, when you say something that affirms your negative feelings, like, yo, I'm really getting irritated right now, you can just feel the tension building up inside of your body. But when you go the other way, it dissipates. Also, something that's good to do that I like to do, which is probably gonna feel really weird at first and you're not gonna want to do it, is do a little dance or start singing. You can do this just in general, or you can do it in conjunction with the positive things that you were saying to yourself in the last step. Like, sometimes I'm a little extra. I'd be like, you know what, I ain't even about to girl ball. Hey, and it's just something about like all that extra movement, like it just releases something that allows more positivity in. You know, you might feel weird, especially if it's not part of your personality or things that you do, but you have to remember, it's just me here. And if I can't feel comfortable by myself doing this, if I can't feel okay with myself doing this, how am I ever going to be okay with myself, period? Because I want to be able to master my emotions. I want to be able to use my anger and not let it use me. So I need to get comfortable with myself to be able to do these things, say these words, and move my body and use my voice in a way that is beneficial to me. You really got to bring some silliness into the moment, because it will really crack the tension that you are building up. You're really creating a little bubble around yourself of anger, and it's easy to stay in there and let all those fumes just move around you to keep you in that state. You really have to pop that bubble. You might feel something really strong in you that doesn't want to do that, because these actions that I'm telling you right now might feel a little embarrassing, ridiculous, stupid, or you might just straight up not want to do it because you're just that mad. Some people just want to be mad. They want to be mad about something. They don't want to let it go. And there are some things that's totally understandable. I get it. But there are so many other things, like traffic, the way somebody says something to you weird at a restaurant or something like that, that you have to let it go. It's petty. When you let little things like that trip you up and keep you mad, just really think about how often you'll actually be mad. People will always be able to have control over you and make you emotionally unstable, and we're not having that. And the more you do it, the more you'll find that this stuff is easier and easier, and then you'll get to a point where you don't even have to do all of these steps. There are certain things that still anger me in my life where I do have to do all of these steps, but there are certain things now that I can just, you know what, I'm good, and then I'm good, and that's just all I have to do. So you'll start to see things change over time. But even when you feel like you don't want to do any of these steps because of how they might make you look or how they might make you feel, or because you feel so mad that you don't want to do any of these things, that is the most important time to take these steps. That's what breaking the pattern is. That's what breaking the habit is. That's how you know when you get into the root of it, is when your anger is fighting back with you. You control your body, you control your emotions, but you just don't realize that because for this long they have been controlling you. You need to get around people, or you need to hop on your phone, look at something, listen to something, read something that you know is going to make you laugh. Sometimes I will get on Instagram, I will hit that Reels tab, something funny is going to pop up and it'll be a reboot. You know, this is also good to do when you're about to walk into something that you think is going to make you mad. If you allow them to, those negative emotions will linger, and in order to sweep them out of the room, you got to bring something positive in, and laughing will do it. You need to vent. It's important for you to vent. You have to get it out with somebody that you care about, somebody who cares about you, somebody that you rock with, and talk about it. It's good to be able to release it, because if you don't, you're going to keep thinking about whatever it is that angered you over and over and over. It's just going to replay in your mind like a record. And if you're not actively thinking about it, you're still harboring it. You're going to feel that weight on your body. And if you don't have anybody to talk to, journaling might help as well. And then once you vent, or once you get it out, do it once, twice tops. Do not go out here venting, telling the same story or situation over and over. You are hardwiring the anger. You're going to get mad and hype about the same points in the story every single time. And let you be talking to one of your friends or somebody who really gets you, and they make a point that you didn't even think about before. It's really going to start sinking in. You're just going to get even more upset, and that is not the goal here. And I understand, if you have people in your corner, if you have people in your life that you want to know the situation, you can still tell them. But that high emotional state that you're in when you're you're telling the first 2 people about the situation, it cannot be like that after the first 2 people. After you said the first 1 or 2 times, you need to be scaled all the way down. Talk about it like it's something that happened a few weeks ago. You shouldn't be piped up or allowing people to pipe you up. You're putting your body back in that same state that you were in when the situation happened, because that's the thing, your body doesn't know the difference. If you get mad or upset about something in the same way today that you did that happened 3 years ago, your body is not going to know that what you're upset about was something that happened 3 years ago. It's going to be thinking that there's something going on in the present moment that's got you upset like that. So you're never going to get anywhere. It will just keep going if you don't stop it.
And did you see the way she was acting when she was bringing up my groceries?
Fast forward 10 minutes, you driving in the car.
Like, and then she don't have the nerve.
Redirect your anger. It does give you a huge boost of energy that might not always be the best type of energy, but you will burn it out and get yourself back to a baseline if you put that energy somewhere else. Something creative you like to do, or just some self-care, doing something for yourself, going somewhere like shopping, baking something, talking to one of your friends. It doesn't have to be something that requires a lot of physical activity. It's going to be really important, really super important for at the end of the night for you to reflect on your day. Think about what you did well. Think about how you handled certain situations. If there's something that you could have done better, think about that. But the main point of this is to think about what you did well, because what this is going to do is cultivate confidence. It's going to give you the confidence in knowing that you can do this, that you can actually change and be able to manage your emotions, to be the person that you want to be and use your emotions and not let them use you. You might have a day or two, a time or two, where you feel like you dropped the ball in every single space. But even when you do have those days, or when you do feel like that, you have to give yourself grace, because we all have bad days. We all have situations where we handled it the best we could at the time in life and experience that we were at. But that doesn't mean that you have to stay there. You really need to highlight all of the experiences, all of the connections, everything that you did well throughout that day for you to see, you know what, I can do this, I got this. I wouldn't have made a decision like that. I wouldn't have said something like that. I wouldn't have blew that off like that 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. It's going to be important for you to see yourself, especially because people that know you and know how you are in a certain way, they're not going to want to let you live it down. There are a couple people in my life who are still constantly always trying to tell me how impatient I am, or that I have an attitude, or blah, 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 blah. And, you know, that's how I know I've grown, because it used to bother me when people used to say stuff like that to me, especially because I knew how hard I was working to get past certain feelings in my life. It's not like I just wanted to be this way, or like I was born this way, but people will reaffirm things to you over and over to make you feel that way. But once I started getting to the root of how I became like that, and other things that was adding to that, you know, I would get so mad because I wanted people to see that I was trying, see that I wanted to do better and I wanted to be better. But the fact is, people are not always going to see you in that way. People are not always going to care. Or it could just be that people just have known you to be a certain way for so long that they don't want to let go of who they know. You're going to need to speak into yourself. Now, if I hear somebody say something like that about me, I'm just like, okay. It really doesn't bother me anymore, because at the end of the day, people don't know the work I put in. People don't even know the half of what I even been through to even get me to that space. How many times I cried. How many times I felt like this is too hard, I can't do this. How many times I tried so hard to understand myself and get to the root of myself to be better. People just don't know how much you've gone through, or how much work you're putting in to get past all this. Even if watching a video like this, and getting control of your anger will bring confidence. It will bring self-awareness. It will bring self-assurance. There's so much personal growth that comes into this. It's not just about being able to conquer how you're feeling in a certain moment, or how you're going to handle something. So much more comes of it. You really are able to blossom and be who you want to be. You start caring less about what other people think about you or your journey. You're able to be yourself more. You start learning how to be creative, be more silly, and really tap into who you are. It's such a beautiful experience when you get closer to coming up out of it. It's life. So you're going to continue to get mad about stuff, but these steps will really help you to physically do work to start changing your body internally. What you do internally will show itself on the outside. and what you do externally will show itself by the way you feel on the inside. I promise you. If I can get here, you can too, because baby, yeah, it's real. If you know, you know. If y'all know any more tips, drop them in the comments below to let us know so that we can work together to conquer this thing. You feel me? I love y'all so much, and until the next one, and peace and love. I'm out.